And I'm live. Verify microphone on. On. And I'm live. And here we are. I'm gonna make another video here, live stream, teaching health fitness teaching, coaching. And the first part of this live stream will be live stream both to my YouTube channel and to Rumble. And at some point in time, I want to remove YouTube as a destination and keep streaming on Rumble, my Rumble channel. Mike's Health Fitness is my Rumble channel. Let's go check, verify that I'm. Yes, I am. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm gonna get the link to the Rumble stream posted in the chat and the description of the YouTube video, so people that want to watch the second half of the live stream, the second part, after I end the stream on YouTube and keep streaming Rumble, they can click the link and come over to Rumble and watch the remainder of the video. Yesterday I was live, and the video ended up being kind of crashing out style, where I'm like, you idiot. I was kind of like triggered. Okay, so I was annoyed, and I don't mind that. Okay, so if I'm, it's like, yeah, a lot of idiots out there have been calling me crazy because I don't use perfumed soap, and then I get off and talk about how dumb people are and how frustrated I am with Christians not taking my advice all these years, and how many Christians have been hospitalized because they didn't have access to me all these years, and things like this. And yeah, I am genuinely upset and frustrated with just how dumb people are asleep in the matrix system, as it were. And having been on YouTube, being incredibly valuable all these years. And there's like things that I've been talking about for years are becoming more popular now. And it's like, yeah, I told you so. Or people that say that I'm crazy. Mike, you didn't get vaccinated during COVID. You're crazy. Okay. Mike, you talk about vitamin C. Just have an orange. And maybe some people after they saw Susan Humphries Rogan's podcast as a guest, it's like, oh, I googled Susan Humphries. I saw her. She had videos about something called titration to balatones with vitamin C, cath concentration balatones protocol, and that protocol is about multigram months of vitamin C. And now, a C-Lab podcast has a guest on talk about vitamin C megadosing. But when I heard Mike Saad talk about that 8 years ago, you're crazy. And Mike's not getting vaccinated, go COVID. You're crazy. Oh, okay. Oh, Mike is super mega crazy overdose of vitamin C. Everybody knows this has that's a worse cheese and bomb. That's all vitamin C you need. Okay. Yeah. So today I'm in a bit of me, but now we see. Okay. Don't get comfortable. You never know. So my channel is not for your grandmother. And if you're watching my videos, don't have your kids in the room because it can be cussing and the dirty words and stuff. So I don't make like PG-13. I don't make content where I'm gonna lock myself into being the clean person. Okay, I'm authentic. I'm who I am, and I'm not to a point yet where I decided to stop cussing, for example. Which, if I really cared about that, I could. But so yeah, my channel is not for you to watch them with your 8-year-old son if you're a parent in the room or something like this, because there might be cuss words and talk about adult beverages or what have you. Okay. So the first part is live will be live on YouTube and Rumble, and it's kind of like the warm up segment where I'm just getting ready to lay it on thick, lay on the health fitness teaching over at Rumble. Right now we're on YouTube and Rumble, and if you want to see part two of this, you can find the link if you watch on YouTube in the chat and also in the description of the video. And after I'm done, I'm gonna post the link in the comment section under the video and pin it. So people then be like, oh, and the live stream with the fitness coach, and will be over at Rumble. So right now I'm live. Hold on, Jamie, pull up screen share. Okay, here we go, screen share. So if you see here, this is what I'm seeing as I'm live streaming. And if you see this green here, that's Rumble. Okay. If I click here, it shows where I'm live streaming. It says connected. So I'm live from Rumble Studio to Maxa Health Fitness and YouTube, says connected. So let's say I want to get into talk about vaccines a lot, for example. I don't feel comfortable doing that on YouTube. I mean, I told you I shared my vaccine status that I did not get vaccine during COVID, and now people saying I'm crazy. Okay. Now that's not something that I can get a strike for. But the topic of vaccines, if you want to cover it really in depth, like and with that can be a little bit risky and they can be like you broke the terms of service. It's against the rules. You can't be talk about vaccines this at this depth and this breadth. Okay. That's against the rules. So that it'll be over at that bomb, but you want to talk about that, for example. I don't have to over explain that. The point is this. I've got a videos pulled before on YouTube, and a lot of people got the YouTube channels closed down during COVID. This will talk about vaccines and stuff. So the Maxa Health Fit is if you've been watching me on YouTube, you haven't. It's not that you've been getting. It's like, oh, Mac, where's your health fit? I can't do the health fitness teach on YouTube. So when I make videos on YouTube, I might want to go and talk about supplementation, but I can't really. So it's like you've been getting watered down, lower quality Maxa Health Fitness teaching on YouTube. And on Rambo, I can talk about whatever I want when it comes to health fitness. So at least as of now, it appears that Rambo is more freedom of speech of a platform where I can talk about health fitness and speak my mind on that. Whereas on YouTube, it's risky business. And they only allow you to be viable to a certain extent and go to it's like you can be a normie and just follow what the system says on health fitness, but you can't deviate too far from the party line, okay, and not get subjected to penalization. So the penicillin could not get the illness to stop, and amoxicillin is just not real enough. So here, if you look here, I might keep making videos like this, where I go live, let people know, talk a little about health fitness, and I'm not gonna risk getting strikes on the video for medical misinformation on YouTube. So once I want to get into the health fitness coaching for real, I click here, this little slider box here, remove YouTube as a destination, and I stay live streaming to my Rumble channel. And then people watching on YouTube, we just turn off the stream and you can go. Do you understand? I go live here to YouTube and Rumble. Okay, I'm gonna start teaching now. Turn off YouTube and then the stream is still live on Rumble, but it stopped on YouTube. See? So people want to see part two, the rest of it can hop over to Rumble. So here we go. I'm gonna talk about health fitness, and I'm gonna
Stop on
lay out
YouTube.
the protocol.
See,
And once you got
so
a
people want to
protocol
see
on
part two.
that
The
I
rest
have,
of
I'm
it
not
can
out here
hop over to
learning.
Rumble.
I've
So
learned enough to where I can teach health fitness.
here we go.
And I don't really have to learn more. Do you understand? You get to a level of mastery where there's no need anymore to learn. Meaning, I know enough, I understand health fitness to a workable degree where somebody can show up and they can learn how to improve the mental physical health, no matter what the topic is. And since the truth is simple once you get to a certain level, disease is oxidative stress. There's pro-oxidants and antioxidants. Once you get to a certain level, it is kind of simple. And the health fitness knowledge that I have to improve mental physics, it applies to any problem. What about this thing? I got a bad knee. What about this thing? I got an arthritic hip. I'm John Jones. I got arthritic hip exposed. Somebody exposed me, fat ass man. I said, got arthritis in the hip. And I said, yeah, this guy could learn things about healing and recovery and improving his health fitness. What about somebody that has panic attacks? Oh, you mean like what I had and killed myself of? Oh, yeah, a person like that can learn too. What about a person that has severe anxiety? Well, I've had that problem and cured myself. Well, I've improved myself. What do you go? We call it a cure. Well, I removed, like to say, I never have anxiety anymore. That's not healthy. So anxiety is part of a human palette of emotions, and it's not a sign of health that you don't feel anxiety or anger anymore. So what is adapted, maladapted is determined to a large extent by circumstances. So it's like, oh, somebody's anxious, and then there's something wrong with them. But what is the environment? It's like, are they in a war zone or something like this? With this bullet fire, if they're anxious and tense and on edge. I've explained this before when I'm teaching on PTSD, CPTSD. So if you have a stress response activation and you have a fight flight mode activation and you're stressed and you have like an increased order response and you're worked up and you go, oh, I got PTSD because you spends a lot of time being in that mode of like fight flight mode. Okay. Is that why it's got PTSD? Something wrong with his mental, it's got a mental health problem. Well, what is the environment? Is the person in a environment where there's people try to kill him all the time or attack the body? Because then it's not a maladaptive response, it's an adaptive response. Meaning it's not good for you to be like drowsy and calm if you're in a war zone. You need to have a high rate of a high level of vigilance. And this so anyway, it's the point. Um, and the I'm the most valuable health fitness teacher I've ever seen on YouTube. I haven't seen anybody else as valuable. And I outshine these people. Ben Asadi, there's nobody else that I've seen that's been as valuable as I've been in terms of teaching people health fitness, including but not limited to why men have low T. And it's not like, oh, well, men have low T, get on T. No, here's why people have low T. Here's how to prevent a decline. Here's how to naturally raise your testosterone levels. Naturally, meaning it's not, the protocol is not go to a doctor and ask them, could you please get me on roids or something like this. Okay. So I get ready to finish up on YouTube pretty soon, and I got paint ready so I can write things out. Now I don't have to prepare. If you know something, you don't have to prepare. That's not unfortunate. Stand out. I can go live and teach Christian doctrine, how to get saved or how to go as a Christian. I mean, I can teach things just off the top of my head. Because if you actually know something and have an ability, competence, you don't have to prepare for 2 weeks to talk on a subject. See? Whereas the normalization now is pastor that I couldn't quote 3 Bible verses by heart, and they need 2 weeks and talk to their pastor friends and read 16 commentary books and have a AI teleprompter going when they're going to talk about something. So if you actually know something, you can teach it, and it can be a valiant preparation, but it shouldn't be that you can't teach without preparing. Oh, I want to talk about health fitness and make a video on how to be healthy. I need to prepare first. No, I go live and start teaching health fitness. And if you can't do that, then maybe you should look for another field of activity to engage in. So here's the point. Here's the link to the stream of Rumble. And my point is this. You're going to hear a lot of the same things, understand? I mean, when I talk about health fitness, if I address a certain topic, you're going to hear about vitamin C. If I make a video on my health fitness teaching, improving asthma or something like this, you're going to hear about vitamin C. You're going to hear about sugar. You're going to hear about lifestyle. And since there's a right and a wrong, the right and wrong stays the same. I remember Andrew Saul used to say, he's like, people tell me I sound like a broken record. I'm always talking about vitamin C or something like this. And but it's like what I want to do, like make things up. It's like I just understand, just make things up. So just for novelty. So it's a point. If you want to learn how to improve your health, you can keep watching on Rumble. I'm gonna turn off the YouTube destination here. So before I end this, you click the link in the chat and get ready to keep watching there. And if you watch the replay of this on YouTube, you can check